Well, it sure does get quiet in here when you turn off all the fans, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pro Row 784. Out here with Brandon today in the shop out here. We're doing some maintenance stuff on some Can-Am Renegades out here. We got the bud system out here. We just wanted to hook it up to the 850 here. We just done that one, the 1000, just to see if there's any codes and that kind of stuff. We hooked it up to that one over there. This is the bud system here. We hooked it up to this one here because this is the ATV that Brandon rode in the Mid-East and hit a tree with the left front while leading. And he was leading the overall, hit a tree with the left front, just barely scraped it. And we were thinking that it knocked out the center chunk. We don't know that for a fact yet. We started pulling it apart and we discovered that the front axle is completely broken. So what we did is we installed a new used axle. It's got like an hour or a couple hours on it or whatever. And we just had to put the bud system on this one to recenter the DPS unit, because as soon as you'd start this quad up, it would turn to the right. So we did that, cleared all the codes out. This quad is ready to test and ride. We did see some oil on that after the race, but we're not sure where it's come from. So he's going to probably take it out for just a little light spin on it just to see if that's okay. If not, we're going to pull that thing out there. And we still may end up pulling it out just to check it, just to make sure, right, Brandon? We just don't know yet. But anyway, did you find anything?
Not yet. I'm still waiting for it to load.
And then we're charging the battery on it here. This is the little charger there. So, Brandon, we hadn't did a race report since the Ironman race, and boy, we had a great time up there.
Yeah, everything went really well.
Trying to concentrate?
Yeah, trying to figure out what's going on.
Brandon and I are both still learning this bud system. This is the latest and greatest or whatever. And we've had it, I don't know what.
A year.
About a year now already.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's just the steering it gets off. So when you start the quad up, it'll just turn one way or the other. Or when you smack something, it'll get the DPS unit out of center. And so anyway.
Everything looks good.
Nothing? Okay.
The torque setting 0, exactly where it's supposed to be. Pretty sure. This
is, I guess, just the, I don't know if they could see that, but anyway, it probably didn't take time to focus. But and we just merely wanted to hook it up just because we had it out, just to hook it up. We've not hooked this one up in a while, so just wanted to see. But all right, so you think you got it?
Yep, everything's checked out good.
Okay. All right, so we'll just leave it. I'm gonna let this thing finish charging up. It's still beeping there, so I don't know. So we'll put a few laps on this thing here, and then probably that one there. So yeah, so Brandon, Indiana, got back from Indiana, and everything seemed like it was all like clockwork, man. We had a great time up there, and the weather turned out to be absolutely wonderful. And then you had a pretty good race, I guess.
Yep, everything went good. Started off second, got the lead fairly quickly on that first lap, which we had a little bit of a shorter first lap there, and got the lead, and really there's nothing else to explain. I mean, there was no, besides passing a bunch of lappers.
Yeah, I was actually going through the video, and a lot of the video was disturbed because of the mud.
Yep.
But it was pretty boring, to be honest with you.
Yep.
You were just riding by yourself, and you'd get to a lapper, and graciously, those most of them moved out of the way.
Most of the lappers
wasn't bad.
had really good. I mean, there was nothing bad to say about any of the lappers. I didn't have any issue with lappers.
You were letting them know you were coming, though, because you were laying on the horn 100 feet before you got to them. So
there was no doubt about that. But yeah, I had no issues with lappers. I mean, they definitely did obviously slow our lap times down, but
sure,
didn't have any issues. Most of them got out of the way fairly quickly, or as soon as they could, and just kept on moving forward. And obviously, we ended up winning the race. Everything felt good. The bike, no issues at all. I mean, absolutely a flawless race, essentially. So,
all right. So, Brandon, so what's next? You know, I saw where you put on a post or something like that. You're going to quit eating salad and start eating candy bars. Is that what's up?
I kind of just threw that out there as a little gimmick.
Oh, okay.
But no, honestly, I'm still doing about the same thing I've been doing. I haven't really switched up. Obviously, I have not been taking it as religiously as what I've been, because you need a little bit of a break every now and again. But honestly, been eating good. work out a little bit, not nearly as much. Haven't been riding as much. Still been training kids though. I mean, really nothing for me has changed, and I don't think it's going to change. So I think everything's going to stay the same. I actually did pull a fuller out that I haven't seen in about 10 months. I actually pulled out a 450, and I'm actually going to race it this weekend at the FTR.
A Yfz450.
Yep, okay. A Yfz450. Just to get off these things for a little bit, give me a little break from them. It's just nice to have both so I could switch back and forth whenever I want. But I've been riding these Renegades 10 months straight, I'd say. Last time I raced a 450, last time I touched a 450 has been about 10 months ago. So I'm excited for that. I'm interested to see how it goes. It's definitely a different feeling than a Renegade, I can tell you that. But it should be a good weekend for this FTR this weekend. So
yeah, so get off the Renegade. That's the one he's been practicing with. I know the sun's out there. We've got the door open. I didn't turn on the air conditioning here just because it's us out here working. And actually, it's a pretty nice day out here today, Brandon.
Yeah.
So okay, so right now you're racing. So you're going to do some FTRs then, is what your plan is?
Yeah, I'm going to try to do most of the FTRs. Now, obviously, there's some that's probably going to correlate with GNCC and stuff like that, or with my schedule with training and all that. But for the most part, I think we're going to do most of the FTRs, and I'd say probably half of them on a 450 and the other half on a Renegade is what my guess would be. So.
Okay. All right, and then what about Miss Kyla? I see her ATV is sitting over there.
Yep.
She's been working a lot of hours. She takes off to be able to go to the races with us, yep. And then she has to come home and just bundle up the hours again. So
yep. Yeah, she's actually not racing this weekend. She decided to take the weekend off. It is actually her 21st birthday.
Oh goodness!
On tomorrow, actually Saturday. So
okay.
Tomorrow's the race. She's actually letting me at least go for a few hours to go race with me, and then we're gonna go eat dinner and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay. Now this is the quad that we started out the year on, Brandon. It's been a good little four-wheeler for us. Although this is the one that you broke the engine in Georgia, and then the last time we ran it was the Mid-East race, and
it's had some pretty upsetting letdowns for us, for sure.
It has.
No
but it's got us a couple wins this year.
But it's got us 2 wins this year, and honestly, I think I like this four better than I like the other one. I'm just gonna be honest. This four handles really good. Just something about it I like. Obviously, I like all my fours.
It's a 2019.
Yep.
So it's not a brand new one either. Now we did refurbish everything in it.
I mean, this thing's pretty much.
It's pretty much brand new, but
it's got a lot of new items on it. But it's just going to be our practice/local bike. I mean, for the most part, that'll be the local race bike. This will probably be more of like the practice bike when I go teach the kids, stuff like that.
Backed up or whatever.
But it will not be a national bike for next year. This will be a retired, it'll be a Mid-East race bike probably every now and again. So just kind of hit or miss. It'll be raced a little bit, but it'll mostly be, for the most part, it'll be a practice bike.
All right, so that's the word from Brandon, and it's just sort of you guys get caught up a little bit, and I don't get to see him that often just because he's so darn busy, and we're busy also down here. And but today we was able to spend a little bit of time here in the shop here. To get quads prepped and that kind of stuff, and just work on the darn things. That one there, obviously I showed you the axle was broke, so we've been wanting to. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Next time I see you guys, we'll be at the Florida Trail Riders, and it's actually in Bartow again, but a different location. Same little town, which is probably about an hour north of here. And next time I'll see you there. So appreciate you guys watching. Like, comment, and share, and I appreciate everything. Thank you.